Hi everybody, welcome back. Another technical tips. Today I'm gonna talk a little bit about why we should care about service mesh. You probably know that the service mesh came out a few years ago, and I got a lot of questions around still developer and operation team, also known as DevOps team. Why we need to care about service mesh for so far, specifically Kubernetes cluster or hybrid cloud, etc. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about today the why you should care about service mesh, because service mesh provide a benefit for development and operations in microservice environments. Let's get started. Many developers wonder why they should care about service mesh. It's a question I've been asked often in my presentation at developer conferences and lots of meetups and hands-on experience workshop about microservice development with the cloud-native architecture. My answer is always the same. As long as you want to simplify your microservice architecture, it should be running on Kubernetes. Concerning to simplify, you probably know also wonder why distributed microservices must be designed for complexly for running on Kubernetes cluster. In this topic, I'm going to talk a little bit about and explain many developers solve the microservice architectures complexity with the service mesh and gain additional benefit from adopting service mesh in production. The first question, what's the service mesh? So service mesh is a dedicated infrastructure layer for providing a transparent and code-independent way to eliminate non-functional microservices capability from the application code. So with the service mesh, you can have multiple program languages using, such as Java, Python, Go, Node.js with your preferred language to develop microservice application. So as you can see this diagram on the left side, you can find out this is a whole microservice architecture without service mesh. In that diagram, you just find our microservices application must include a lot of non-functional capability, but which is definitely required in your business capabilities. For example, tracing, circuit breaker, routing, service discovery, configuration. But with the service mesh in the right side, you can find you just need to have your business logic on your microservices. And service mesh definitely get rid of all non-functional microservice capability from your business logic. In the end, the developer only focus on developing business logic. Let's talk a little bit about for the next question. So broad and next question is why service mesh matter for always developers? When developers deploy microservices to the cloud, they have to address non-functional microservices capabilities to avoid cascading failure regardless of business functionalities. Those capabilities typically can be represented as service discovery, logging, monitoring, resiliency, authentication, and tracing. Developers must spend more time adding them to each microservice rather than developing actual business logic, which makes the microservice heavy and complex. As the organization accelerates their move to the cloud, the service mesh can increase developer productivity as well. Instead of making the service responsible for dealing with those complexities and adding more code into each service to deal with the cloud-native concern, the Kubernetes/service mesh platform is responsible for providing those services to any application, for example, existing or new microservices with any program language and any framework for running on the platform. And then the microservices can be lightweight and focus on their business logic rather than cloud-enabled complexities. What about the operation teams? Why service mesh matters to operation team as well? This doesn't answer why operation teams needed to care about the service mesh for operating cloud-enabled microservices on Kubernetes. This is because the ops teams have to ensure robust security, compliance, and observability for spreading new cloud applications across the large hybrid and multi-clouds on Kubernetes environments. The service mesh is composed of a control plane for managing proxies to route traffic, and a data plane for injecting sidecars. The sidecars allow the ops teams to do things something like adding third-party security tools and stressing traffic in all service communications to avoid security breaches and compliance issues. The service mesh also improves observation capabilities by visualizing trace metrics on graphic dashboards such as Grafana and Prometheus tools. So last at least, question should be how to get started with the service mesh for developer and operation team, also known as DevOps team. Service Mesh manages cloud-native capability more efficiently for developers and operators like a DevOps team from application development to platform operations. You might want to know where to get started adopting Service Mesh and align with your microservices application and architectures. Luckily, there are many open source service mesh projects. Many cloud service providers also offer service mesh capability within Kubernetes platform. As you see, this should be maybe your starting point, get started with your service mesh journey in CNCF service mesh landscape. Thank you for watching. If you have more questions around the service mesh, please don't hesitate to reach out to me directly or adding some comment on your thought on this video, and I'm more than happy to address your question. Thanks again. Have a good rest of the day.